We have Shea Hack, founder of Greater Lafayette Intellectual Entertainment. He will be talking about education as entertainment, why the future of entertainment lies in stimulating and engaging talks. So, Shea.
Hello, I'm Shea Hack. Thank you and John and Zach for putting this on. And I was going to talk about the future of education and how it revolves around stimulating talks and engaging events. But I've been working on this, what I wanted to say for the last week. I was really excited about this talk, and then I was reviewing it earlier today, and this is crap. What am I? I can't present this. And so I called John about an hour before. I was like, John, I can't present this. And but he convinced me that I should just say a word or two about an organization we recently founded. It's Greater Lafayette Intellectual Entertainment, and it's a nonprofit. Recognized by the state of Indiana. It's not 501c3 status yet. We just founded last year. Basically, what we do is we put on engaging talks for the community. So that's where this all ties in. We hold events bi-monthly. So we've had 3 events now where we have a speaker come and talk about their research or various projects that they might be working on. We try and focus research-based primarily. There have been some community activists that have presented. One of our speakers was a community activist in the past. And then after we learn a little bit, we have a band come up and perform, sometimes 2 bands, maybe the ukulele ladies sometime in the future. And so then we rock out. We learn and then we rock out, and then we just have a good evening of entertainment. And so why I think this kind of, not necessarily this exact formula of speakers and bands is going to be the future of entertainment, or it lies in engaging kind of entertainment. It's not necessarily that. This formula, but I think regardless of what happens, there are going to be these kind of events sprouting up. You can look in our town here, for instance, and they're happening all over the place. There's a Science Cafe, which is an event put on by Brian Wallimer, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. It's a cool cat. I haven't made it out to one of their events yet, so I'll hesitate to speak on it too much, but basically a scientist from the area comes on and speaks, and then it's more of a discussion-based kind of event. There's Science on Tap, which is another organization. They put on events at Lafayette Brew Co. Once a month. That's the same idea. You bring a scientist in and you speak. And I met one fellow in town who's been trying to organize a Science on Sundays. So that would be for all the people that don't go to church, I suppose, and they would go see a science kind of talk in the area. So there's a lot of energy in Lafayette alone, in our little academic town here, just trying to build the intellectual community, as I like to call it. And I think it's an exciting time for that kind of area of engaging entertainment. So, see, that was even worse than take questions. I know I probably missed a lot.
Do you have an archive of any of the previous events?
Yeah, all of the events have been recorded, and that was one of the reasons I hesitated to come up here and speak as well, because I was like, this is a bummer speech, and it's going to be videotaped, and that's going to exist forever. And then everybody's going to be always just URL, and they'll be like, oh yeah, remember that time Shea delivered that bummer speech? So, yeah, we have all the events are videotaped, recorded. and they're in the editing process right now. So, while you mention it, like, I've been learning editing. Like, this is something I've been trying to learn a lot. Like, I thought it would be cool to learn, so I'm learning. But if anybody out there has editing experience, wants to help out, you're more than welcome to hang out with me in the lab, and we'll chop up the video. Yeah, the organization itself could use a whole lot of hands from the community. So if anybody, if this sparks an interest and you guys want to throw some hands into it, love to have you. I think it'd be a fun time. So.
Do you have a website?
We do. It's glie.net, but that's another area where we could use a major hand. Right now it's been used as just basically like a flyering board, and even at that we haven't put like an event for like a posting for our last event. But eventually we'd like to have it as a destination kind of site where you can, you know, access the videos from previous events and photos, and then maybe even start a discussion board. You know, that'd be wonderful. But I'm not technically savvy myself, and so that's been one area where we've been lacking considerably. So don't judge us on that, please. The events themselves have been successful. I think we're one of the few intellectual kind of groups out there, like the ones that I mentioned, that actually charge admittance. It's kind of like putting on a whole concert, so it's not something we can do for free. But we've had upwards 60, 70 at our past 2 events, so it's been well received, and I think there might be some sustainable kind of potential there. Cool. Thank you.